friends, happy May. I'm sorry this video is a little bit later than usual, but I had to get up my Erin Condren Life Planner preview video earlier this week in time for the launch, so I had to push this one back, but still happy May. I hope you had a great month in April. I had a very busy month. We traveled with Charlotte. We went to California for a week, and then I, by myself, for the first time since Charlotte was born, went away without her to Go Wild, the planner conference that was held in Nashville this year. So much fun, but it was really hard, but I had a great time. I missed Charlotte so much, and Donna and Winnie too, of course, but my heart was here and I was there, and it was an experience, but it was a good experience for everybody. I did vlog it, so I'll pop in a link to that if you guys want to see it, but yeah. Busy month, we had fun times. We went to Disneyland. I'll pop that link in too because I vlogged that as well when we were in California. I got to go to Erin Condren headquarters and see all that. So that was pretty awesome, and lots of fun things, but lots of good at-home time too. Now, what this video is about though is my physical favorites for the month. So these are things that I found myself drawn to, especially over the past month, so in April. And I do a broad range, so I do clothes and accessories, some beauty, some home goods, multimedia things like books, TV, movies, that sort of thing. Food favorite, I'll remember to put it in this month. I forgot to put it in last month, and some of you noticed. And I do throw in usually one or two baby kind of mommy favorites at the end. So, clothes and accessories. This top, actually I'll have to stand up so you can see it. I've never heard of this brand before. It's called Good Human, but it's spelled human with U in the middle. I'll write it down. This top that says All Smiles is my first Good Human piece of clothing. I bought this when we were in California at the hotel gift shop. It was just really soft and cozy, and it just called to me, and I wanted some kind of a pullover, a casual pullover like this that was really neutral. And I like things that say things, but I just personally don't wear things that say things that are really that big unless it's for an event or something, like I'm at Go Wild and I'm wearing a Go Wild shirt or something. But I like how it said All Smiles because I'm a very smiley person, as you guys know, definitely on camera and also in real life. And it's just so cozy and soft and lovely. And now I'm looking at maybe buying a couple of other little pieces, like a long sleeve shirt that says Everyday Grateful on it. I just think it's cute. And it's a really nice brand. It's the softest thing. So I had to mention that because I've been living in this pullover. This is the Smith pullover, by the way. They have different style tops. This one's called the Smith, and this is the All Smiles version of it. I've gotten so many questions from my favorite accessory. I've gotten so many questions since I got my Apple Watch. This is an Apple Watch, if you're not familiar. Let me see. There's Minnie. You have to see it, you have to kind of flip it towards you, so it's hard to show you what the face looks like on the on camera. But I have a Minnie Mouse clock basically as my main face watch. I had been thinking about getting the Apple Watch ever since it came out a couple years ago, but I was like, no, this is so new, I'm gonna wait till the next iteration. Well, then they released the Apple Watch 2 over the fall, and I just didn't want it at that point. It was something I still wanted, but it was just I didn't really want it right then. But then after the new year and trying to get back into healthier habits and trying to kind of get back into exercise and stuff, I was like, you know what, I do want the Apple Watch, and I wanted it for fitness, but I just mainly wanted it for just everyday usefulness as an online person. That's what I do. I make online content. I am constantly plugged into social media and things like that, and it's just nice to have it on my watch to be notified of things when things pop up. I love getting my texts through my watch as well. I do use it for running too, and just kind of generally keeping track. It's kind of like a Fitbit. It tracks your steps and calories burned, and this is great. It will tell you when you've been sitting too long, and remind you to stand up. I don't usually have that problem. It gives you a stand goal of 12 hours a day. I'm usually standing something 16 or 17 hours of the day, according to the watch. So I don't have that, but you can set a move goal, how many calories you want to be moving every day, and I think it's just a nice tool, and I really enjoyed it. So I got the kind of pink, I guess it's kind of like a rose gold. To me, it's more pink edition. I went into the Apple store thinking, like, with my heart set on a silver watch with a navy blue band. And the guy who was helping me was really nice. He was like, just try the pink one on. Just try it. And I was like, well, okay. And I tried it on and I just really fell in love with it. It just matches my skin tone very well. And it kind of even looks a little bit more subtle, I think, on my skin than the silver one did. But I adore it. And a lot of you guys have been asking about it and wanted me to talk about it. I'm not going to do a full video dedicated to it because I don't really have a lot to say about it. Other than what I just told you, I've only had it for, I think, about 6 weeks now, but I absolutely love it, and it's great. So that's definitely a favorite. Let's see what's next. I have to keep looking at my list, you guys, because my brain doesn't remember. Ah, yes, beauty. So I think this was, now I can't remember, but I think this was a stocking present from Don. I think he likes to just go to Sephora and like pick out little beauty things, and usually they're pretty random. But this wasn't that random. This is a Visart palette. I don't have any other Visart palettes. They're very expensive, but beautiful makeup palettes. And this is this little one. What is this called? This is the Theory palette in cashmere. I mean, this, I think he got this for me. Now I can't remember exactly, but we'll just pretend he did because I honestly can't remember, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he picked it out. I don't know. It's stocking size, so very well could have been. This has been my go-to travel palette this year, and we've traveled several times now. We've been doing a lot of traveling this year actually already, and it's just perfect. It's so small and portable, right? It's this tiny little thing. It's got all the colors I need in it. It's got my shimmery kind of mid-tone range, all neutral, and then my a matte highlight, my matte crease color, and a darker matte if I want to fill in over my liquid eyeliner, which I usually do pretty thin. It's got everything, and it's this tiny little thing. And the little eyeshadow things pop out. They're just magnetically held in there. So I guess you could like get a couple of these that they come in different shades, I'm guessing, and kind of mix and match what you want to do. But really, really great little palette. I'm sure it was pretty expensive because it's Visart, but honestly, you guys, I have actually purged a lot of my palettes too. My makeup collection keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. As I wear makeup more often, now I wear it every day, and I have for the past year plus since I had Charlotte basically, I find that I just want less and less and less makeup on hand. And I just know so much better what I like. And this is a great, great travel palette. So I had to mention that because it's been awesome. For home goods, let's talk about wipes, because I don't know about you guys, but I like wipes. Yes, I try to minimize wipe usage when possible. Whenever I wipe down my counters, it's with a sponge or a cloth, or if I'm cleaning my bathrooms or whatever, I use those sorts of things. But sometimes you need a wipe, you know? Sometimes you need a wipe. So I have 2 different wipes to show you. These are kind of more for personal use than home use, although you could use them to clean home things, I'm sure. These are well-kept wipes, and this is actually a collaboration they did with Erin Condren, so the packaging is Erin Condren, but you can buy well-kept wipes not from Erin Condren as well. And they are screen cleansing towelettes. Now again, if you're a person who uses a lot of devices, I have an iPhone and an iPad and an Apple Watch and my cameras and my laptop and my desktop, you know, etc., etc. These come in really handy. They're these little cleansing cloths. I think they're basically, oh, this is my last one, alcohol wipes, and oh, I think this one dried out. This was the end of one. I think that was the end of the pack that I had been traveling with, so sorry about that. Here, let me pull out one that's actually functioning. These are really great. I mean, they smell like alcohol wipes, but they're really effective. And I'm sure you could make this sort of thing yourself, but it's kind of nice when somebody else, you know, makes it for you. It cleans your screen in like a second flat, and it's wet, right? But it dries almost instantly. And it's great on the case, on the lens of the camera. I use them on my watch, I use them on my cameras, I use them on my computers. I use them on glasses. I use them to clean wet dry boards. They're great. They're great. I can't say enough good things about them, and I always have a pack in my purse, and I always travel with a pack. And I keep one in my nightstand, I keep one on my desk. It's just, if you're touching, especially your phone, if you're touching your phone a lot, you guys don't want to know. Like, don't look this up. How many germs and bacteria things are generally tested to be found on phones? It's disgusting. These disinfect. They're alcohol, so they disinfect. So, it's nice. The other wipes, and I'm pretty sure I've probably talked about these in a mommy favorites from last year, but I gotta mention them again, are the Honest Company wipes. Now, I subscribe to the Honest Company diaper bundle for Charlotte because she wears Honest Company diapers, and then I also get the wipes basically for free. I get the diapers shipped to me once a month, and then the wipes, I get 4 wipes, packages of wipes, not 4 wipes, 4 packages of wipes for free, basically. So we use these for diapering now. When she was really little, when she was a newborn, I used the wet water wipes, but then as she got bigger and out of the newborn stage, I just found I needed something a little bit sturdier and a little less wet. So these are great for that. I don't just use these for baby needs. I, of course, use them to clean her up. I have them, you know, I have a pack in my stroller for when we're on the road. I have a pack in the car. You know, I keep them obviously at the diapering station and stuff, and if I need to wipe up her hands or her face after dinner and I don't have a cloth around, I can grab one of these and it's perfect. I also use them when I'm grooming Winnie to clean up her brushes and combs, kind of spot clean them, and also her paws. I keep them by the door to clean her paws when she comes in. I sometimes use them to clean up a counter in a pinch when I, just need to reach for something fast and not getting the whole spray bottle and cloth thing out. I use them for makeup. When I put on my makeup, I have a pack in my vanity that I use to kind of do touch-ups and clean my fingers, keep my fingers clean with. So they are great. They have a really nice texture. They're really, really durable and thick and nice. And they're biodegradable. They're premium plant-based cleansing cloths, hypoallergenic, ultra soft, soothing, fragrance-free. They're great. I love them. I really do think they are fragrance free because I'm pretty sensitive to that. So yeah, wipes. Gotta talk about wipes. Okay, let's get into multimedia because I have several things to share. First of all, I mentioned we traveled to California. We were away for a whole week. Charlotte goes to bed. When we're on vacation, we generally try to get her in bed by 8, as opposed to at home, we get her in bed by 7. But when we're traveling, we make it a little bit later. Well, 8 o'clock's still pretty early, and we're stuck in the room then. We're not like going out to the bar or whatever, not that we would do that anyway, but we're not out after she goes to bed. So we watch TV when we're on trips, because we don't have, things, we don't have work and stuff distracting us, which we do at home a lot of the times, except for on the weekends. We tend to watch things together on the weekends after she goes to bed, but during the week, Don and I both have work to do after she goes to bed most nights. Of course, we spend our quality time too, but it's not the same as being away where I don't have the house to look after and my content to keep up with necessarily, and Don's away from work too. So long story short, we watch TV. So we watched the entire season of Z, was it The Beginning of Everything, which was an Amazon Prime show. It was the first season of it. And it's about Zelda, F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, and it's based, on her true life. And Christina Ricci plays Zelda, and she is incredible. I didn't know it was her until somebody told me. I was like, what? The show is fantastic. I am so excited. I just heard that they were picked up for season 2. They renewed, so there'll be another season next year. But it is just an amazing show. I love those sort of like fact-based, like fictionalized fact-based stories. Do you know what I mean? And it was just really well done. I can't recommend it more. That was such a fun show to watch. Music-wise, John Mayer very sneakily started releasing EPs like closer to the beginning of the year. He did one and then another. And I look out for his new music because I've been a John Mayer fan forever. And I loved the EPs, and then finally he released the whole album as a collective whole. But if you had already bought the EPs, you didn't have to buy the whole album. It just kind of condensed them into the whole album, which I thought was nice. So I actually only just got the whole album just recently. I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole album itself. but I loved the 2 EPs that I had, which are the beginning and the end of the current full album. The album is called The Search for Everything, and to me it is like throwback to old school John Mayer with his experience and you know, just his like general getting better at what he does, like under his belt at the same time. But to me, it was kind of like classic John Mayer vibes, whereas he's gone in kind of different spin-offs over the years as well. Or not as well. I just feel like he's gone in different directions over the years, but he kind of brought it back to basics with this album, and I just love, love, love it. If you're a John Mayer fan from way back, I highly recommend checking it out, because it's got some of his more eclectic, you know, and more country vibed tunes in there too, and some more kind of poppy things as well. But some of the songs just really remind me of his old music, and that's where I initially got hooked. So yeah. And then also for Multimedia, I read another book, and by read I meant I listened to. As I mentioned, I traveled to Nashville by myself. I didn't have the family with me. It was my first plane ride in over a year where I could put headphones on and listen to something, and I wasn't, you know, caring for a child and entertaining her the whole time. So I listened to Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic: Creative Living Beyond Fear. I actually have the hardcover copy as well, or the actual like paper copy, I should say, because I bought this a long time ago and I just never got around to reading it. But now that I've listened to the book, just like I think last month I talked about, I'm blanking, but the book I talked about last month, Brene Brown's Rising Strong, it's just like I've been trying to get through that, the actual book after listening to the book on tape. This is another one that I want to read, actually, but I have so enjoyed listening to Elizabeth Gilbert narrate her own book. It's shorter. It's not as long. I think it's only like a 5-hour audiobook. And I don't know if you've ever heard her speak, but she's a very soothing voice. And I just love her work. You might probably most will know Eat, Pray, Love is her like big kind of commonly known bestseller. But she has written other amazing works as well. And this is a nonfiction kind of, not a self-help book, sort of like an inspirational, motivational tool. And I just enjoyed it. I'm almost done with the book, but it's just been great, and it's very encouraging, and it's kind of freeing. Her perspective about looking at creativity as, you know, as a gift, and it's not a necessity, and it's just something that's very uniquely human. And I don't know, it's a good book. I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't feel like I'm gonna do it justice. Okay, tasty treat. I don't have them to show you because I ate them all. Some of you might also feel the same way about Cadbury mini eggs. Can I get any, you know, hands in the air? Yeah, like the Cadbury mini eggs. I look forward to Easter every year for these. I have to be very careful because I can eat like tons and tons and tons and tons of them, and they are so bad for you, but they're so delicious. So I allow myself one bag, not a big bag, like not the tiny bag either that has like 12 in it. I mean like the regular smaller bag. One bag, and I can eat it however I want. If I want to eat it all in one sitting and get really sick, I can. If I want to eat it, you know, just a few every day, I can, whatever. But I cut myself off of that one bag, and I don't go nuts on any other Easter candy. That's just how I approach it because they're so fattening but so delicious. And I actually took the bag on my Nashville trip. I think I had like 2/3 of the bag left when I took it on my Nashville trip, and there wasn't a lot of time to eat or sleep while I was there. So instead, I just stuffed my face with chocolate at the end of every day and watched like a YouTube video before going to sleep, and it was better than sleep and better than like a real meal. So very unhealthy, but that's my tasty treat of choice from the Easter, you know, candy season. And then, oh yes, baby favorite. Okay, I'm just gonna make this real quick here because I'm trying to make these videos shorter. You guys have so much to say always. I put up a post on Instagram talking about my daughter's freshly picked moccasins. These are size 2. She had size 0, which was newborn, which she wore for like a hot second. She had size 1, which she wore for about the first 4 or 5 months. or so, yeah. And then she's had these, which she wore for almost a year straight, which are size 2. Charlotte has very, very small feet. She just graduated into the size 3. So these got a ton of use. She didn't walk in them, but they got a lot of use and they held up beautifully. And they're expensive little moccasins. I mean, they're real leather, they're handmade. I think they're handmade, I shouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure they're handmade. Beautiful leather, and I love these are the platinum. These have definitely aged because they've been used, her size 3 ones. I'll try to pop in that Instagram picture so you guys can see the difference in the patina, but the size 3 ones were the same color as this, but brand new. They're just a little bit lighter and brighter, but they go with everything. They're so easy to get on. Charlotte loves, like most babies and toddlers, to pull her shoes and socks off, and she can sometimes get them off, but not very easily, and she definitely couldn't before she was a year old. That was something that came to her after she was a year, that she was a little bit more able to get them off. But they're just easy to get on and off as a mom, but not easy for her to get off. And they go with everything, like I said. They're super cute, and kids can walk in them, and when they do, they get little footprints on the bottom, which I think is so cute. But yeah, I love the freshly picked mocks, and I would highly recommend them. I think they're a beautiful gift for a baby. I'd maybe do like a size 2, because most kids are size 2 about, I think, like around the 6-month mark. My child just graduated into the size 3 at she's 16 months now, so just before 16 months, but that's not, that's different than the average, I would say. So I think size 2 would make a nice gift, and they are expensive and maybe something most parents wouldn't splurge on, but I just think they're great. And you can get them for boys and girls. I don't think they're gender specific, but they have lots of different colors and even some patterns. I just bought her the limited edition Mary Jane style ones to have in a size 3 that she wore at Easter, and when we kind of go out and she's a little bit more dressed up. I just love them. I love them, you guys. Okay, so that's it. Those are my favorites from the month of April. I do have a physical giveaway for you. I'm so excited. I bought a couple more of those little Visart palettes. It's the same palette that I just showed you, the Theory palette in cashmere, to give away. So it's going to be one of my standard giveaways. It'll run for 1 week's time. It's open internationally. If you're under the age of 18, you have to have parental permission in the event that you win, blah, 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 blah. The giveaway link will be below. It's very easy to enter. Just click on it, enter, email. Winners will be emailed directly by me. So that's how you'll know if you won, is if I emailed you. It'll be on there. And also the widget will display the winners after the giveaway ends, and I have sorted the winners. The winners are picked at random through the giveaway widget, by the way. Okay, well that's it, you guys. I'd love to know what some of your favorites from the past month were, and if you're, I hope your May is off to a good start, and if you're in this northern hemisphere, you're enjoying the spring weather. Lots of rain here, but it's so green outside, and the trees have finally started, getting the leaves on them, and it's just one of my favorite times of year is whenever there's a really big change, a shift in the weather, and kind of the natural outdoors life is really affected by it. For instance, in spring when everything starts blooming, or in the fall when everything starts turning colors and falling off and dying for winter. Not dying, but going into hibernation for winter. I just love the seasonal changes, and I think spring and fall are definitely very dramatic examples of the beauty and power of nature. So, well, I got off on a bit of a tangent there. Anyway, hopefully I will have my favorite moments blog post up for you, showcasing some personal photos and memories from the past month on the blog, either today or this weekend, probably more this weekend. I'm a little behind on things this week, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you're all well. Bye, you guys. Take care.